a new advisory from the National Hurricane Center regarding Hurricane Ian. No change at this time, but it is still quite strong and still a threat as we head into tomorrow. A Category 1 hurricane, those maximum sustained winds at 85 miles per hour, that pressure holding steady at 984 millibars and moving north-northeast at 10 miles per hour. It is expected to make that westward steering as we head into tomorrow. Those outer rain bands starting to pick up in intensity from Savannah, Georgia, and through Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and into areas of Wilmington, North Carolina. Here's a look at the latest cone tracking out from the center of Ian. You'll notice it heads up towards Charleston and towards the Myrtle Beach area. Expected to still be a Category 1 hurricane, and bringing that strength along with it. Sometime midday is when we expect landfall. It continues to push in towards Columbia. By Friday night, it's weakening, but still tropical storm status as you head in towards Saturday morning, Saturday night. All that moisture heading up towards the Virginia. So being mindful of the flood threat here. This is still not something to mess with. You still want to make sure you're paying attention to the very latest when it comes to flood concerns, storm surge, which could be quite serious in through the Charleston, South Carolina coastline here. There's a look. All of the moisture, the worst part of the storm is all on the northwest side of it, and that's the side that's going to be battering the coastline, as you see there. So make sure, again, notifications toggled on Fox Weather. We're going to get you through it, as we'll have coverage throughout the night.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.